Stop scrolling right now. Because what I'm about to tell you, the world of coin collecting is filled with hidden treasures, quiet stories of history, and unexpected fortunes waiting to be discovered in the most ordinary places. Imagine holding a small piece of metal in your hand, something you might have received as change at a store, and realizing that it could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars. This is not fiction. This is the fascinating reality of rare United States coins. Today, we dive deep into three of the most intriguing and potentially valuable coins in American numismatics: the Jefferson nickel, the Washington quarter, and the Susan B. Anthony dollar. Each of these coins carries a rich legacy, unique design features, and a surprising range of values depending on mint marks, rarity, and condition. Whether you are a beginner collector or someone who simply enjoys discovering hidden value, this journey will completely change how you look at everyday coins. So let's get started. First up, the legendary 1978 Washington quarter dollar without a mint mark. At first glance, it's just another coin, but look closer and you'll discover why this ordinary-looking piece has become a topic of serious discussion in the coin collecting world. Especially now, with recent market activity showing renewed interest, this ugly coin might just be more valuable than you think. To understand why this coin matters, we need to go back in time. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It replaced the standing Liberty quarter and quickly became one of the most recognizable coins in American history. Designed by John Flanagan, the coin features a left-facing portrait of George Washington on the front, a design that remained largely unchanged for decades. By 1978, the United States Mint had already been producing Washington quarters for nearly half a century. These coins were part of everyday life, used in vending machines, parking meters, and daily transactions. They weren't considered rare or special at the time. In fact, millions of them were minted across different facilities, including Philadelphia and Denver. Now here where things get interesting. In 1978, coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint did not carry a mint mark. That means any 1978 quarter without a mint mark was made in Philadelphia. This wasn't unusual for the time. Philadelphia coins often lacked mint marks before 1980. So at first, a 1978 quarter without a mint mark doesn't seem rare at all. On the front side, also known as the obverse, you'll see the familiar profile of George Washington. Above his head, the word Liberty is clearly inscribed. Just below his chin, you'll find the phrase "In God We Trust." And at the bottom, the date, 1978, is stamped. On coins from Philadelphia, there is no mint mark near the date, which is exactly what collectors look for in this case. Flip the coin over to the reverse side, and you'll see an eagle with its wings spread wide. The eagle is perched on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and readiness. Beneath the arrows are two olive branches representing peace. Above the eagle, the words United States of America are displayed, along with EPLUBUSUNUM. At the bottom, you'll see the denomination quarter dollar. These design elements are standard for Washington quarters of that era, but what makes certain 1978 quarters stand out is not the design, it's the condition and the unusual appearance. Many of these coins today are found in what collectors might call black, rusty, or heavily toned condition. While coins are not made of iron and don't actually rust, environmental exposure can cause them to develop dark, uneven surfaces. This can happen due to moisture, soil contact, chemical reactions, or long-term storage in poor conditions. Normally, collectors prefer coins that are shiny, clean, and well-preserved. But in some cases, unusual tunning or extreme wear can actually make a coin more interesting. It tells a story. It shows that the coin has traveled, has been used, has lived a life. Now here where demand comes into play. While a standard 1978 quarter without a mint mark in average circulated condition might only be worth its face value of 25 cents, certain examples, especially those with unique characteristics, can sell for much more. Coins that show unusual tunning patterns, errors, or extreme preservation in a specific type of condition can attract attention from collectors who are looking for something different. For example, a coin with deep black tunning, combined with sharp details still visible on the design, might be considered collectible. Even more valuable are coins that have minting errors. While not every 1978 quarter has an error, some may show off-center strikes, double dies, or other irregularities. These are the coins that can fetch higher prices in the market. In recent updates from coin auctions and collector marketplaces, there has been a noticeable increase in interest in unusual condition coins. Collectors are no longer only chasing perfect, mint-state coins, they're also looking for pieces that stand out visually. A 1978 quarter without a mint mark in heavily worn, dark condition might sell for a few dollars if it has a unique appearance. But if it has a rare error or an especially striking look, the value can jump significantly. Some listings have shown coins selling anywhere from $235,000 to $35,000, depending on condition and appeal. In rare cases, if a coin is professionally graded and authenticated, and if it has a desirable error or exceptional tunning, the value could climb even higher. While it's common to see a 1978 quarter reach thousands, even more millions of dollars, it's not impossible if the right factors come together. So why are collectors paying attention to these coins now? Part of the reason is accessibility. Unlike older rare coins that are difficult to find, 1978 quarters are still relatively common in circulation. That means collectors and even beginners have a chance to discover something valuable without spending a lot of money up front. Another reason is the growing interest in imperfect coins. In today's market, uniqueness often matters more than perfection. A coin that looks different from the rest can spark curiosity and demand. If you're someone who wants to start looking for valuable coins, the 1978 Washington quarter without a mint mark is a great place to begin. But there are a few important tips to keep in mind. Always examine your coins carefully. Look at the surface, the edges, and the details of the design. Even small differences can make a big impact on value. Avoid cleaning your coins. It might be tempting to make them look better, but cleaning can actually reduce their value significantly. Collectors prefer coins in their original condition, even if they look worn or dirty. Consider getting valuable-looking coins checked by a professional. Coin grading services can authenticate and grade your coin, which can increase its market value and make it easier to sell. Stay updated with market trends. Coin values can change over time, and what might seem insignificant today could become valuable in the future. It's worth remembering that value doesn't always come from appearance. Sometimes, the most overlooked objects carry the most interesting stories. The 1978 Washington quarter without a mint mark is a perfect example of this. It's a coin that millions of people have held, spent, and forgotten, and yet, under the right conditions, it can capture the attention of collectors and even bring in a surprising amount of money. Next up, we are diving into one such fascinating piece of American history, the legendary 1979 Susan B. Anthony $1 coin with the P mint mark. At first glance, it may appear like just another dull, blackened coin, something that seems worthless. But what if that same coin, even in rough condition, holds a surprising story and, in rare cases, a hidden value that could shock you? Stay with me, because this journey into the world of coins will completely change how you look at your pocket change forever. To truly understand the significance of this coin, we must travel back in time to the late 1970s in the United States. This was a period of economic shifts, changing consumer habits, and an effort by the government to modernize currency. The U.S. Mint wanted to replace the large and heavy dollar coins, like the Eisenhower dollar, with something smaller and more convenient. In 1979, they introduced a revolutionary design, the Susan B. Anthony dollar. This coin was historic because it featured Susan B. Anthony, a leader of the women's suffrage movement, making her the first real woman to appear on a circulating U.S. coin. This was not just currency, it was a symbol of progress, equality, and recognition. However, despite its noble intention, the coin faced immediate challenges. Its size and color were very similar to a quarter, leading to confusion among the public. Many people rejected it, and businesses struggled to adapt. As a result, millions of these coins were produced, but never widely circulated. In fact, over 360 million coins were struck at the Philadelphia Mint alone in 1979, marked with a small P mint mark. This massive production is one of the reasons why most of these coins are still common today, but as we will see, not all of them are equal. Now let's move into the physical identity of this coin, the features that make it unique. The 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar is made from a copper core with a copper nickel-clad outer layer, giving it a silvery appearance. It has a reeded edge, meaning you can feel the small ridges along its side. The coin is smaller than previous dollar coins, measuring about 26.5 millimeters in diameter. What truly stands out is its design, which blends historical symbolism with modern artistry. On the front side, also known as the obverse, you will see the portrait of Susan B. Anthony facing right. Her expression is calm yet determined, reflecting her legacy as a fighter for women's rights. Surrounding her image are the words "Liberty" at the top, the year 1979 at the bottom, and the motto "In God We Trust" placed to the right. Just above her shoulder, you will find the small P mint mark, indicating that this coin was struck in Philadelphia. These details are crucial because collectors carefully inspect them to identify valuable varieties. Flip the coin over, and the reverse side reveals something equally fascinating. Instead of a traditional eagle, the design shows an eagle landing on the moon, inspired by the Apollo 11 mission insignia. Above the eagle, you will notice a small image of the Earth in the background, symbolizing humanity's reach beyond our planet. Encircling this design are the words United States of America and $1, with the Latin motto E Pluribus Unum placed above the eagle. This combination of space exploration imagery and national identity makes the coin visually unique and historically rich. But here, where things start to get interesting, and where the idea of rarity comes into play. Most 1979 P coins are extremely common, especially in circulated condition. In fact, the majority of these coins that you might find today, especially in worn, blackened, or rusty condition, are typically worth only their face value of $1. This includes coins that have heavy scratches, discoloration, or environmental damage. So if you have a coin that looks ugly or heavily used, it is unlikely to carry significant value in the collector's market. However, not all hope is lost. There are certain rare varieties and conditions that can transform this ordinary coin into something much more valuable. One of the most famous varieties is the wide rim or near-date version. In this type, the date appears much closer to the edge of the coin compared to the standard narrow rim version. This small difference may seem insignificant, but collectors pay close attention to it. A 1979 P wide rim coin in good condition can be worth anywhere from $100,000 to $150,000 or more, depending on its grade. Condition plays a massive role in determining value. Coins are graded on a scale from heavily worn to perfect mint condition. A coin that has never been used in circulation, known as mint state, can fetch significantly higher prices. For example, uncirculated 1979 P coins can sell for anywhere between $278,000 and $350,000, while higher-grade specimens can go even higher. In extreme cases, rare high-grade coins or era coins have sold for $444,000 at auctions. Now let's talk about errors, because this is where things get exciting for collectors. Mint errors occur during the production process and can include off-center strikes, missing layers, or unusual markings. These errors are rare and highly sought after. Some era coins from 1979 have sold for $567,000, and in exceptional cases, even more. If your coin has unusual features, it might be worth having it examined by a professional. But what about a coin that is black, rusty, or ugly in appearance? This is a question many people ask. The truth is, damage generally reduces a coin's value rather than increasing it. Rust-like discoloration usually comes from environmental exposure, not from the minting process. Collectors prefer coins with original surfaces and minimal wear. So while a damaged coin may look old or rare, it often holds little premium value unless it has a genuine mint era or rare variety. Even so, the market for coins is always evolving. The value of a coin is not fixed. It depends on demand, rarity, and condition. Today, most circulated 1979 P coins are worth about $1 to $1.50, while uncirculated examples may reach a few dollars. Rare varieties and high-grade coins can climb into the $584,000s of dollars, especially when certified by grading services. The key is knowledge and patience. If you are searching for valuable coins, always check the rim, the spacing of the date, and the overall condition. Use a magnifying glass to inspect small details and compare your coin with verified examples. Avoid cleaning your coins, as this can reduce their value. And most importantly, understand that not every old coin is rare, but every coin has a story. The 1979 Susan B. Anthony $1 coin with the P mint mark is a fascinating piece of history. It represents a turning point in American currency and honors a powerful figure in the fight for equality. While most of these coins are common and hold little value beyond their face amount, certain rare varieties and high-quality examples can be surprisingly valuable. Even a coin that looks ugly or worn can spark curiosity and lead to discovery. Next up, we dive into one such fascinating piece, the legendary 1963 Jefferson nickel with a D mint mark. At first glance, it might look like just another 5-cent coin you find in loose change, but beneath its worn surface lies history, craftsmanship, and in some cases, surprising value. This is not just about a coin. It's about a journey through time, economics, and the thrill of discovery that keeps collectors searching through rolls and pockets even today. To truly understand why the 1963 D. Jefferson nickel has captured attention, we need to step back into the early 1960s, a time when the United States was experiencing rapid change. The nation was in the midst of the Cold War, the space race was gaining momentum, and everyday life was evolving with new technologies and cultural shifts. Amid all of this, the U.S. Mint continued its steady production of coins, ensuring that commerce flowed smoothly. The Jefferson nickel, first introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel, had already become a familiar part of American currency. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin honored Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the author of the Declaration of Independence. By 1963, the design had been in circulation for 25 years, making it a well-established and recognizable coin. The Denver Mint, identified by the D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin, played a crucial role in producing nickels during this era. In 1963 alone, hundreds of millions of Jefferson nickels were struck in Denver. This high mintage might suggest that the coin is common and not particularly valuable, but as any seasoned collector knows, rarity is not determined by mintage alone. Condition, errors, and subtle variations can transform an ordinary coin into something extraordinary. That's where the story of the 1963 D nickel becomes truly interesting. When examining the coin closely, its features begin to reveal themselves in a way that many casual observers might overlook. On the obverse, or front side, you'll find the left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson. The word liberty appears to the right of his image, followed by the year 1963. Just beside the date, you'll notice the small inscription, "In God We Trust," which had become a standard feature on U.S. coinage. The design is simple yet dignified, capturing Jefferson's profile with a sense of calm authority. Over time, in circulated condition, these details can become worn, with Jefferson's hair and facial features appearing smoother and less defined. Turning the coin over to the reverse side, you're greeted by an image of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate. The structure is depicted in a straightforward architectural style, emphasizing symmetry and balance. Above the building, the word Monticello is clearly inscribed, while below it you'll find 5 cents and United States of America. Along the rim, the Latin phrase EPLUBUSUNUM arches gracefully, reflecting the nation's motto, "Out of many, one." Beneath Monticello, the small D mint mark signifies that the coin was struck in Denver. In circulated examples, the steps of Monticello are often the first details to wear down, and collectors pay close attention to these steps when evaluating a coin's condition. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1963 D. Jefferson nickel is how condition dramatically influences its desirability. In circulated condition, which means the coin has been used in everyday transactions and shows signs of wear, most examples are relatively common. These coins may have scratches, dull surfaces, and flattened details, especially on Jefferson's portrait and the Monticello steps. However, even within circulated coins, there are degrees of preservation. Some may still retain partial luster or sharper details, making them more appealing to collectors who are building affordable sets. What elevates the value of certain 1963 D nickels is the presence of exceptional characteristics. Coins that were struck with strong detail, particularly those with fully visible steps on Monticello, are highly sought after. These are often referred to as full steps nickels, and they command significantly higher prices even if they show minimal circulation. Additionally, errors such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks can make a coin stand out. These anomalies occur during the minting process and are prized by collectors because they are unique and relatively rare. The rarity of the 1963 D Jefferson nickel is not about how many were made, but how many have survived in high-quality condition. Over the decades, most of these coins have been heavily circulated, meaning that well-preserved examples are becoming increasingly scarce. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that defy the odds, those that somehow escaped heavy use and retained their original detail. This scarcity drives demand, especially among enthusiasts who specialize in Jefferson nickels or mid-20th century U.S. coinage. When it comes to market value, the 1963 D Jefferson nickel presents a wide range depending on its condition and features. In heavily circulated condition, the coin is generally worth only a modest amount, often ranging from a few cents above face value to perhaps $1 or $2. However, coins in better circulated grades, with more visible detail and less wear, can fetch higher prices, sometimes reaching several dollars. The real excitement begins when you consider uncirculated or near-perfect examples. Coins with strong strikes, original luster, and full steps can command prices in the $364,000. In rare cases, particularly pristine specimens have been known to sell for significantly more at auctions, especially if they are certified by professional grading services. Understanding the market for these coins requires an appreciation of how collectors think. Value is not just about age or metal content, it's about rarity, demand, and the story behind the coin. The 1963 D nickel represents a moment in time, and for collectors, owning such a piece is like holding a small fragment of history. The fact that some of these coins are still in circulation adds an element of excitement, as anyone could potentially discover one in their spare change. For collectors interested in finding or evaluating a 1963 D Jefferson nickel, there are several important tips to keep in mind. First, always examine the coin under good lighting, paying close attention to details such as the steps on Monticello and the sharpness of Jefferson's profile. Even slight differences in detail can have a significant impact on value. Second, consider the coin's surface condition. Look for signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration, as these can affect its grade. Third, be aware of the possibility of errors or unique features. While these are relatively rare, they can greatly enhance a coin's desirability. Another important aspect of collecting is authentication and grading. Professional grading services provide an objective assessment of a coin's condition, assigning it a grade that helps determine its market value. While not every coin needs to be graded, those that appear to be in exceptional condition or have unique features may benefit from professional evaluation. This can provide confidence to both buyers and sellers, ensuring that the coin's value is accurately represented. Patience is also key in the world of coin collecting. Building a valuable collection takes time, research, and a keen eye for detail. The 1963 D Jefferson nickel may not seem like a rare treasure at first glance, but with careful observation and a bit of luck, it can become a meaningful addition to any collection. Whether you're searching through rolls of coins from the bank or examining old collections passed down through generations, the thrill of discovery is what keeps collectors engaged. It becomes clear that the 1963 D Jefferson nickel is more than just a piece of currency. It is a symbol of history, craftsmanship, and the enduring appeal of coin collecting. While many examples are common and modest in value, others hold the potential for surprising worth, especially when condition and rarity come into play. For collectors, each coin tells a story, and the 1963 D nickel is no exception. In the end, the true value of this coin goes beyond dollars and cents. It lies in the excitement of the hunt, the satisfaction of finding a well-preserved piece, and the connection to a bygone era. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just beginning your journey, the 1963 D. Jefferson Nickels serves as a reminder that even the smallest objects can carry great significance. So the next time you come across a nickel, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of history in your hand. If you enjoyed this detailed guide and want more long-form videos on valuable US coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and join the community of collectors discovering hidden treasures every day. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.